So today I decided to go to make a video about DERIERI in which I make her look good. This is my fourth attempt, a fourth team I'm trying with her today. Because genuinely I think that they tried to make a good unit, but there is 0 point in running this unit. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right now. She is a worse DN. There is no other conceivable way you can see this unit as. She is just a worse green DN, and that's it. You can say, oh, she's a demon, so you can run with Assault Melee. Incorrect. Drow is better. So she's a worse DN, and she's a worse Drow. Essentially, unfortunately, another bad release. I looked at their release of banners, and it seems like recently they just went ham on like bad units. Like Nanash is good. I genuinely think Nanash is good, but Liz and Elaine just released, honestly. December? That was not that long ago. Like, why? And then now they're releasing this character. I think before this, they went in a really good streak of good units. Jericho's actually good. Saria and Tarmi are really good. Green Golfer, of course, best unit in the game. Shinrock's really good. The KF character is really good. Awakened Lily was good at the time. Mono is a good PvE unit. Like, look at this. Hellbro was a free unit. I don't think I'll count him. Camilla was like their last bad unit before December, and then I guess Gerhid, she was a side unit on Luciao, and then before that I guess Valencia was for the Bond to her boss. But they haven't released that many bad units. They're like a single unit in the banner, right? They clearly released this unit and they weren't too worried about it because the banner is so good. Like, they put Green Gopher in there, they put Roxy, they put Shin. The banner is really good, she's just not very good. Let's just go for it. And I make these videos on bad units because I genuinely want to inform people that you shouldn't summon for every unit you see. Like, you see this unit and you think, oh, it's a new unit, it should be good, but it really isn't. By the way, you should like this video because I'm keeping the promise of the MAID costume. I could have just not used webcam because it's so late and I'm so tired, and this costume is so tight, it's so uncomfortable, but I'm keeping it in. See, this man's using the N, he's using the unit you're supposed to. Granted, there is a big advantage to using DERIERI, in which is that if you use DERIERI, you can remove the N's buff and then attack the Eskimor. Oh, you know, I put Goddess Liz in the back because I was thinking, you know, the main focus is the end. The main focus is DERIERI, I'm sorry. So I should just, you know, not put support for Ascanor, but I should, because really, no matter what I do, the main focus of the video will be Ascanor anyways. So I should just put, what is it? My brain. This is pressing my head so hard. Death Pierce in the back to help Ascanor out. This is a bot. Pog. Oh yeah, did I explain why she's just a worse DN? Her card is just plain out worse. Like, I don't know how they approved this unit because, like, it really puts you in perspective on how good the end was at the time she released. She released with Green Ascanor, and Green Ascanor at the time was like, you know, considered a really good unit, and so was the end. But we really didn't know that the end would still have like the best taunt skill, because the end's taunt lasts for 3 turns on level 1. So no matter if you're using Gopher, no matter what, you're gonna have that 3 taunts guaranteed. 3 turns taunt, sorry. 3 turns taunt guaranteed. And 80% on the level 1. It's so insane. And this DERIERI is 1 turn. 1 turn. 30% on level 1. This DERIERI's level 3 is 80%. And this is not even a diss on DERIERI. I think the end was just straight up unthinked, and like the devs just didn't think that she was going to be so good as a taunt unit. Like, they just straight up didn't really think about that. And nowadays, we kind of like have this meta where if you want to use a taunt unit, it has to be the end. Now, right now, a good thing about using DERIERI is this. I can remove buff, oh, the girlfriend. But just as a taunt unit, if you want a unit to be your taunt, there is no question you're going to use DN. There's no question. Unless you're restricted and you have to use a specific character. Like with Assault Melee, you don't use DN because you have to use a commandment or a demon, right? In which case you use Droll. Does DERIERI replace Droll? No. And the reason for that is because the Assault Melee team isn't good regardless. Isn't that good. Even if so, Droll has a better ultimate and he petrifies, which is so good. And it's sad because I think that this DERIERI has one of the best like character arts in the game. Like the cut-in looks really good. Everything about the unit is good except her. Just for this, right? I'm gonna rank 3 the DERIERI. Now you get immunity to stuns, which can be very helpful. Don't say I didn't say it's not helpful. You could sometimes pull off where you actually want to use like DERIERI's ultimate, or you want to use her remove of buff, it's another bot, and you end up in a situation where the enemy can stun you, right? And right now that might be very prevalent, because one of the best units in the game, but right now bot's gonna try to stun me. One of the best units in the game, Liz, Goddess Liz, is a stun unit. But let me tell you, what if the next meta unit petrifies? Then what? Yeah, then I guess the end wouldn't be able to count there either. You got a point there, right? But this DERIERI wouldn't either, and her stun like thing is not even relevant. As long as your unit is taunting, like let's say the end, right? Because I use the end because it's the best comparison, which is infinitely better, the end. As long as the end is taunting, that's all she has to do. That's her purpose in life, is just to taunt so the enemies can't reach your other units. With their single target attacks, I guess AoE they could, but you get the point. DERIERI, in concept, I guess, could still be used. Even if, you know, your other unit gets compromised or whatever, she can be stunned, I don't know. But that doesn't matter. If the end gets stunned, they still can't reach them. And it's like, oh, yeah, I guess if they level 3 stun the end, when she's one turn off of not being in taunt mode anymore, I guess that's useful. But at the same time, DERIERI wouldn't even have the 3 turns that DN has to begin with, so your taunt would have ended a turn earlier. It's like, I don't know, any way you look, DN is just so good. Like, again, it's not that DERIERI is necessarily bad, it's just that we have better units to compare her to. This is how things work, really. Let's kill the Gaffer. The remove of buff is nice, but if you're using Lucial, you can just... I ranked up the wrong unit. I did that earlier today, where I ranked up a Lost Vein when I wanted to rank up Goddess Liz. Very sad. Very sad. I meant to rank up Bascular, but that's okay. She died anyways. Or he died anyways, because it was Gaffer. Let's just move on. Let's play one more. But I'm telling you, do not sign up for the DERIERI. She is just unfortunate. And sad, because again, she looks really good. It's the same thing I always said about Camilla. Camilla is top 3 hottest characters in the game. But she has no good unit, and it's the most unfortunate thing. Listen, I don't care that Camilla's a furry, okay? I don't care. She's top 3 hottest. It was also like really unfortunate when Roxy had no good units, but eventually she did get a good unit, which is nice. This DERIERI doesn't need new good units because DERIERI has, what, top 3 best PV units in the game? Red DERIERI? And green DERIERI is pretty solid. She's not like insane, but she's really solid. So she didn't need to prove herself or anything like that. I guess if anything, this DERIERI is a good DN counter. You know, you can easily remove DN's taunt at any time that you want. But that's about it. Really. Because, look, I mean, that was just the shield. You could have easily broken, but you get the point, right? If she had level 3 taunt, boop, remove it. I think that if only her blue card was DN's blue card, it would have been so good. She would have actually been better than the end. I would say Should have been better than the end, first of all. Should have been useful for the assault melee team. Should have been much better than Drill. I don't have a remove of buff again. And he got assault melee's ultimate. Now you're just being useless. I don't have the remove of buff. Oh, if I had Goddess Liz, at least I could shield. Yeah, there's nothing. I didn't get the remove of buff. So there's nothing I can do. There's really nothing I can do. Oh, I killed the DN of Ascanor because the DN had no gear. If I had the remove of buff, I would have been saved because I would have removed the buff, the taunt buff. Jesus, man. And also, I just realized that on these previous matches I just played, I barely used her taunt. And it's more because I'm just scared I'll need it later. And it only lasts one turn, right? I want to rank up Ascanor, but I'm gonna have to rank up DERIERI because her taunt only lasts one turn. And I might need it for a different turn. So I'm always constantly scared of actually using her taunt, which is an issue for sure. So again, one turn taunt is just sad. It's just sad. I already hate it when it's like on Esterosa. Like Esterosa at least has the counter, right? But I always want to get like the level 3 because making it 2 turns makes such a big difference. She should have got 2 turns in level 1, like legit, like there was no reason. They just shafted her on purpose. There was no reason for her to get level 1, just 1 turn. They should have given her level 1 2 turns. If they're gonna make her the defense increase so much worse than the end, at least give her 2 turns. Like, I'm telling you, please, devs, look at me. Retroactively change this unit. I'm telling you, if you make her 2 turns on level 1 and 3 turns on level 2, it would fix the unit completely. She would be better than Dro, which is enough for you to use her on the assault melee team. Because right now, there's no reason to use her on the assault melee team. Dro's commitment is just straight up better. Dro petrifies, which can save you so many times. It's just so much better. It's just so much better. Alright, what do we got? Let's just kill the guy. I mean, it's not a bot. It's just... But I'm really excited facing bots. I faced so many bots today. What can I do? But I'm just telling you. Mostly, if you want a taunt unit, focus on your DN. Get your DN up, give her UR gear, don't be stingy, give her HP defense, UR gear, not triple defense, HP defense. HP defense, you get better CC, she has more health to tank the hits. I guess technically she could heal more with Tormiel Link, but bro, you don't need more defense. She gives herself 80% defense increase related stats on level 1, and then 120, 300, is it the cut? It's just... Grand Cross, what are you doing? I know she's sexy, but come on.